Microsoft are really knocking it out of the park at the moment, pushing forward on this backwards compatibility drive. Now, ahead of all the launches of the brand new Call of Duty, they've pretty much single-handedly gone through and made sure that every title aside probably Modern Warfare 4 is fully backward compatible. And that brings us up to version 3, the second game from Treyarch in the series, and it certainly is one of my favourites, especially with its vehicle multiplayer action. So what do Xbox One players get over 360? Well, as always, it's a COD title, which means it targets 60 frames per second. Also meaning we no longer see a native resolution on this generation. It runs around 1030 by 624-ish on the Xbox 360 here, and that's exactly the same resolution you see on the Xbox One in backwards compatibility mode. Again, upscaled to your output choice, which might be 720 or 1080p, depending on the platform you're playing. This means that visually, again, we are looking at an identical title, aside maybe some differences in gamma output, but this is not really a massive problem. Simply use the in-game gamma option and increase it to what your TV suits and then play it from there. So overall, nothing has changed between the two. But what is important is a game like Call of Duty requires some 60 FPS action, and we don't really see that predominantly through play on the Xbox 360. Does that mean that the Xbox One comes to the rescue and saves the day? Well, kind of, not really though. Yes, we still see drops regularly throughout play. Although not quite a terribly performing game, it's certainly not a locked 60 FPS, and this is true of both versions here. Good enough to feel smooth and responsive. Briefly, the online play, which I tried on both 360 and Xbox One over the weekend, has really performed well. Much easier to find games, it appears, on the Xbox One, so I'm not too sure whether or not the exact same servers are going on there or whether it was just my luck, but I found more games with more people in it on the Xbox One than running on the Xbox 360. I'm not too sure whether or not the connections are identical between servers on both machines, but it appears to be a very similar performance. That means a locked 60 FPS from all my tests on both versions. So no worries in the multiplayer mode, but again, the maps look old, the textures look bad, the filtering is even worse, and they are quite barren and sparse, which means it's hard to find people. And yes, this is COD. That means there are sausages, campfires, and camping at large throughout play. And even all these years passed on, Call of Duty still has people lying around in corners shooting you in the arse. Now, the single player action, where you can get pretty much like for like comparisons you can see on screen here, seem to perform very much the same on both versions. Yes, one version pulls ahead slightly, certainly in some real-time cinematics. The 360 here doesn't drop any frames, whereas the Xbox One just seems to drop a couple of frames here and there as you run. But there's other sections where the Xbox 360 drops to a cap of 30 FPS, most likely being a double buffered frame, and with memory in short supply, this is a common cause, or more appropriately, symptom. But here on the Xbox One, that doesn't happen, and we see a far more consistent 45 to 50, which feels smoother. But overall, in general play throughout my comparison test, which you can see the rest of through this video, we look at an average difference of 2.5 frames per second between the two. The rest of the on-screen metrics are in front of you if you so wish. And this yet again leaves Microsoft's engineers standing proud with again another impressive showing from their backwards compatibility emulation. Yes, you still got to download new binaries with the disk being used as a DRM solution, but overall the Xbox One performs better here in general play than the Xbox 360. Not by much you can notice in play, but an impressive showing nonetheless. You may also note that I have made iterations and updates to my frame rate analysis, and I'm still working through some further improvements that I want to bring to the party. But please leave your thoughts and feedback below whether you prefer this option with the split side by side and overlaid frame graph, if and over above the old version where they are split across both screens. If this is better, then I will stick with this method and show you more of my updates as we go through further videos. You know the score, I'm a lone wolf. If you like me and what I put together, then please like and subscribe to help support me and the channel. It really helps, and I'll be your bestest friend ever. You guys and girls take care, play fast, play hard, shoot people in the arse. Try not to camp too hard in that corner. I'll see you on the next one.
Copy that. They just gotta sit and wait.
Quiet that up. Okay, on the signal, we're taking this hill. We gotta flank Jerry, because if we don't, the rest of the division can't move through. So, that's it! Move, move, move!